Hello, this is Nick with Xima Software. In today's tutorial, we will be learning about Active Directory integration. The first thing we need to do is create an authentication user account. We will do this by selecting New User, giving the user a name. Last name's not required, but the user login is. We'll do Xima Active Directory. Select Next, give our user account a password. And then we'll select Password, never expires. Once our authentication user is built, we can move on to building our security groups. To do this, you can add them within the user's container, as you see on the screen, or as I'm going to demonstrate, you can use organizational units. To do this, create a new organizational unit, and give it a name. We're going to use Chronicall. Select OK. Within this organizational unit, we are going to create another one. This one we are going to call user account. There's 3 different user accounts available within the software, and we are going to add them here. First one, Chronicall admin. Keep the group scope global and the security type security. Next one, Chronicall manager. And lastly, Chronicall supervisor, which is equivalent to the user account in Chronicall. These user accounts have to be built out exactly as you see here on the screen, case sensitive. Next, we're going to create another organizational unit, and we're going to call this one user license. This is how we're going to license our users within Active Directory. First group that we're going to create, Chronicall chat agent, which gives users the chat license. Next, Chronicall voice agent. This will give your agents the voice license and allow them to be a part of the contact center. Next, Chronicall dashboard agent, which will give your agents the dashboard license. Next, Chronicall real-time agent, which provides the real-time licensing. And lastly, Chronicall phone user, which gives your users a logging license. So to review, we have Chronicall chat agent, Chronicall voice agent, dashboard agent, real-time agent, and phone user. And again, these have to be built exactly as you see here on the screen. Next, we're going to create another organizational unit, and we're going to call this one users. Once that's done, we can start building our users. Give your user a first name, last name, and then a user login name. This is what they will use to log in to Chronicall. Next, give your user a password. This will also be what they use to log into the software. Select Next and Finish. I'm going to create 4 user accounts for this demonstration. And then remember to select Password Never Expires. Okay, now that we have our 4 users built, we can go ahead and start configuring them. We're going to add each of our 4 users to the groups that we built previously, assign them an email address, and a PBX extension. Let's start with Kelly. I'm going to go into the properties, assign Kelly an email address. Next, we're going to go under the telephones tab, assign Kelly a PBX extension. In this demonstration, it's going to be 1. And then we're going to add Kelly to the groups that we configured earlier. We're going to use the Chronicall supervisor. Select OK. And then we are also going to add Kelly to the Chronicall phone user group, which will give him a logging license. Okay, next let's do Spencer. Assign him extension 2. We're going to add him to the Chronicall manager group. And the Chronicall real-time agent. Okay, next myself. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. We're going to go into the user account container. Chronicall admin, properties, members, and we're going to add myself here. We're also going to add me to the Chronicall dashboard agent. Okay, let's assign Cody some licensing. And we're going to give him the Chronicall supervisor login. Okay, back under the users, we'll assign Cody an email address. And a PBX extension. Okay, a few things to point out. These tags are what we're going to utilize within the software to pull this information over. So the first one we have is the email tag. The next one we have is the PBX extension tag, which in this case it's mobile. And then the display name tag, which is how the user account will show up. Okay, now that we have our users built and configured, let's go over into the software and pull them over. You will need to log into Chronicall as an administrator in order to perform these steps. Once we're logged into the software, we're going to go to Admin System, System Settings, Advanced Settings, and we are going to change our authentication mode from Chronicall authentication to Active Directory authentication. We're going to input the name of our Active Directory server, our authentication user that we built previously, the password for our authentication user, our root domain name, our display name tag, our extension tag, and our email tag. Select OK and save. Once that's done, we're going to refresh our users and groups. Then we'll go into our user accounts. And here's our 4 users that we built within the Active Directory. The system administrator account will always be within the software. So one thing to point out, Cody and Kelly, we set up as Chronicall supervisors. So they are users within the software. But by default, within the user access, they have not been given any permissions. So you have to come in and give them access to the modules that you want these users to have permission to. Okay, next, let's check out our user licensing. So Kelly, we gave a Chronicall phone user license, and he was extension 1. So he has a logging license. Spencer has a real-time license, extension 2. Myself has a dashboard license or a desktop license. I'm extension 3. And then Cody, we gave a contact center voice license.